Meet Dave of Delusions of Grandeur, actor, producer, and director of films like Tales of the Forgotten. He has come to assemble a team of freaks, geeks, and even worse, film nerds, to discuss films ranging from mainstream to downright crazy. There is Tammy car enthusiast and Dave's fiance, Dustin reptile expert and overall horror collector, Jake environmentalist and fine art film critic, and finally Brandon, a therapist with a love of film that can only be seen as insanity. Together under Dave's leadership, they are inside movies galore. Enjoy the show. Enjoy the show.
Well, greetings everybody, and welcome to another live stream on SeptumSin versus the world, and of course, also, well, Delusions of Grandeur. I mean, we share this. Of course, this is our first stream of the year, our first stream of the new year. Maybe even the first video on the channel of the year for SeptumSin. I mean, it's just been a kind of a rough start of the year so far. But I am planning on a lot of these. For those of you who are familiar with, if you all saw my update, a channel update earlier, a lot of this is going to be a push. There's a couple of things. I've got to tighten my wallet, tighten the belt quite a bit. And part of that is for home repairs. Part of that is because I want to go on a vacation once a year. I know. I mean, first world problems. But, you know, these things, they need something. So I'm going to be showing off some stuff that I'm going to put up online eventually on other streams. And of course, we have the the DV series, which we'll be talking about a little bit as well. Once we get going with that, I'm going to be starting to film that a little bit more next week or whenever I can. I'm just going to be filming snatches of this and that when I can, hoping to mark each scene I do so that I can do that. I'm hoping to see if I can get one of my characters, played by John Ward, to film some brief stuff so I can finish a scene. I want to just move forward as much as I can humanly. So yeah, I've got a lot I'm doing, but I'm also trying to reorganize my collection, and part of that's going to be take all the pickups that I've had and present them so that I can just put them in the collection. I'm starting with the letter Z and going back. I've got a couple others that I've got that are upgrades, but I'm going to just start at letter Z and go back so that I can then say, well, Z, and head backwards in the alphabet. Because I realized that the last time I did this, I started with A. And when I start with A, that was a problem, because what I started with was the farthest back. When I did the reorganization, it was like way back in the back of the room. Now, one of the things I'm going to do here is I'm going to pause that part of the stream. I'm going to share this on Facebook. We are live for those that want to see a pickup video. All right. Nothing big, but, you know, So that's the idea. Is I'm going to try to start with Z. After I'm done with this, it should go all the way back from basically X, Y, and Z is what I'm covering on this particular stream today. And then once I'm finished with that, then I'm going to pull all my X, Y's, and Z's. I'm going to put them. Then I'm going to take. I mean, there's not really much. I'm trying to think of what the other part was that I'm trying not to mess with. So I'm going to probably. Yeah, I'm going to probably go ahead and go like I say, go back from Z, then all the X's. And the only things that I'm separating out in the collection now are my, my, what do they call it? My Criterions and my Criterion stuff and my Christmas stuff. And the reason why I do the Christmas stuff is I have such a hard time sometimes searching for it. I'm hunting and pecking all the time. So I'm just trying to try and do that. It's all going to be combined and so on. So we'll start a little bit. I want to wait until Jake is here because it's kind of cooler when I can show off some cool stuff. And he should be here first, and Dave should be joining us not long after that. We'll go on until either we run out or it gets to 8 o'clock on my end. So let's see. There's a couple of cool things there. I mean, for those of you who are fans of the Pink Panther, like the original Pink Panther, Clouseau, if you are a big fan of that, you should be happy because this week, tomorrow, they're releasing a whole bunch of those films on 4K. And that's a really cool thing. I still got my DVD set. It's just I love my DVD set so much, I really don't want to part with that one. Now, as far as like other things, there's some pretty cool stuff. There is an Assassination Classroom complete series set, which is really cool. The Bleach Thousand Year Blood or Blood War or whatever it is. That one is actually getting its third box set, which I really want, but I don't have the money for it because my budget for movies is down to $35 a month. So that's movies and video games. So it'll add up, and when I get enough to where I can get that one, it's probably going to be one of the first ones I get, so I can get that and keep up with it. Elfen Lied is getting a Blu-ray release, which is pretty cool. A Blu-ray re-release because it's already there. Criterion's adding a 4K of Yi Yi, which is nice. 1408 has a really cool steelbook, which I really want. And Evil Dead Rise is getting an Arrow release of all things. Believe it there. And then Babe of all of them is getting another Blu-ray release or 4K release and another Blu-ray release. So some pretty cool stuff right there. Let me see here. The Pink Panther stuff is actually Blu-ray, not 4K. Wait, no, it is 4K and Blu-ray. Yeah, we've got here Pink Panther. We've got A Shot in the Dark, which is actually the very first of those movies. It's not the Pink Panther, that's the second one. Then you got the Pink Panther Strikes Again and Revenge of the Pink Panther. All those on 4K. I'm hoping for a set. A set would be a wonderful thing. That would be really cool. A 4K Pink Panther set. It's kind of similar to the one I've got already. But yeah, a lot of cool stuff out there. Other than that, if you really like Demon Slayer, that Mugen Train movie, that's getting another re-release. I know there's at least one more Demon Slayer season / movie or whatnot that's out. One or two of them that need to come out on physical, and then that'll be complete. So maybe I'll start watching it. So that's going to be pretty cool. So some fun stuff out there. And that is all I got to say about that. I hope y'all are doing well out there. I hope y'all had a great new year. I hope that the 2026 is starting to treat y'all well. Hard to believe we're already in the middle of January. It's going to be like 2027 before you know it. I don't know where things are going to stand. I mean, I have a house by that time. Who knows what's going to happen in 2027? But, we do try our best. And that's all that. Let's see here. Jake is digging through his movie boxes. Apparently thought it was a great idea to do that. That sounds like a lot of dust right there. Whew. And I guess that's pretty much the whole of it for this time. I've got some pretty cool stuff to show off today. So yeah, I know that we're kind of waiting for this 10 minutes, but I think it's going to be really cool. I think we got some good stuff that's going to be worthwhile to see. I show this off, even though the 4K Rocky set, which my wife has said, I owe you, I've got this Rocky figurine to show it, which is kind of cool. So that's something awesome in and of itself. Even though the Rocky 4K set I have was badly damaged, and now I have to wait. Amazon. Hey, Dave, what's up?
Not much. Just getting situated.
Yep, Jake will be here shortly. But I was going to show off some stuff. I know you had a few things also to show off, so we can just take turns as it goes.
Sure.
As I was telling the viewers here, I'm trying to reshuffle my collection, so I'm going backwards because the first things that I file away into boxes will be the hardest to get to. So I figure if I start with Z first, well, I won't have to get to it until later.
What do you want? I've got a friend.
Oh. Yep. Olivia's down here. Let me see if she'll come up. Here we go. Hey, Olivia. Say hello. Hey.
I decided to do this in our living room.
Yeah, your baby. All right. Okay, so. Yeah. Oh, not that one. Really? Really, Olivia? She's like, yeah, that's right. I'm on your shoulder.
You want to go on my back?
Pick me up.
Oh.
I know you're happy. Well, I'll tell you what. If you have something, go ahead and show it off first. I will.
Sure.
Since I got a cat in my arms right now.
I'm not sure if I showed it last time or the time before, but I got the first 2 volumes of the Eurocrypt of Christopher Lee sets.
I know you showed the first
for Christmas. I showed the first 2, but the third one was on pre-order during Christmas, and I was able to fully pay this off in installments of 4, and get the third collection, which has Beat Girl, The Hands of Orlok, The Virgin of Nuremberg, Arabian Adventures, A Feast at Midnight, and something called The Life and Death of Christopher Lee. I'm assuming that's some kind of documentary. So, still brand new in its packaging, because I haven't. I've actually completed the first set.
Ooh. Well, I have one that's a pair, which is pretty cool. It's an upgrade. I only have a few of the upgrades because these kind of arrived late. But I've actually finished pretty much every other upgrade. I've recorded a big upgrade video that I will be doing later. Hello to you too, sir. Great to see you. Happy New Year. Happy 2026.
Yep. Happy New Year.
So, 2 of them. I actually have, believe it or not, I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I've got 4 of them in the mail, I think. the 4 upgrades still in the mail that got kind of delayed by the new year. And 2, she is just
rambunctious.
All over me today. Let's see here. Yeah, I've got 1, 2. Is that it? 1, 2, 3. So only 3. Because I got that sequel, that Alleluia or whatever it was. That was the third in that.
Oh, you finally did.
Yeah, so I have that somewhere. I won't be showing it yet, but it'll be there eventually. Yeah,
Okay.
cute little baby girl. Aw. Okay, so let me show you these real quick. So we got here a classic. My original of this is actually very old and kind of just bare bones. This is not big space saver, but it's a little bit because they're thinner. And that is Airplane. They did a 4K restoration for the 45th anniversary. This was done via Paramount. I'm not really a big fan of Paramount these days, but I will say that it is that is a cool movie. The Airplane is. So, it's got a few commentaries on, not a ton of special features, but it was the one that really blew up Leslie Nielsen's career from being more of a dramatic actor to a comedic actor. Matter of fact, if I recall correctly, he wasn't even realizing he was doing a comedic role when he was doing the lines. He was delivering them serious, which is how it ended up making his style of comedy work. Now, I also have the 4K that they did of, this was a Kino release, but I'm glad that Kino decided to fill it in because they weren't going to do this as a 4K, which is the second one.
Okay.
Now, a lot of people don't like the second one. This one is like in this weird sci-fi version of Airplane. But to me, it's actually my favorite of the two because it's so over-the-top weird. It really is. And I really enjoyed this one. I am glad to see this is a 4K. It's got about as many special features, like a few commentaries on trailer. But Kino doesn't do a lot of special features. So I'm kind of glad to get these upgraded because they are the original parody movies. Movies like Scary Movie and even Disaster Movie. Their stuff to, well, these movies. For better or for worse. For worse in Disaster Movie's case. But I digress. All right, Dave.
Alrighty. Let me pull this other
Kitty.
thing up here.
Ozzy now wants to be on the stream, I guess.
All right, so I decided to break down and get the Universal Blu-ray set, which has all the original Universal Dracula movies: Frankenstein, The Mummy, The Wolf Man, The Invisible Man, The Creature from the Black Lagoon, and Phantom of the Opera. Now, I had all the legacy sets, but Phantom of the Opera was not among the legacy sets, and this one includes like the 4 monster movies with Abbott and Costello in it. So I even though I have those in the Abbott and Costello Universal set that I have, that's on DVD, I decided to pick this up. So.
Hey, hold that closer to the camera. Let me see what it looks like on the back. Like, you see that? Is it like a little separate Blu-rays on it? Let me see on the, like in the back of it. Does it show? I mean, like, I guess side, the side that has like the. Okay, so it's like basically it's those DVDs I have, except it's Blu-ray. Gotcha. Yep. And they have Phantom of the Opera in there, which is pretty cool.
Yep,
that is cool. I always wanted that one. But I ended up going the cheap route, and I got like all the individual like ones like for $10 each. And they
Yeah,
serve it.
this ended up being like all around like $40.
So this one is also in two parts because this was not an upgrade at first, but it ends up being related to an upgrade, and it'll be the last of my upgrades. And that is the movie X by Ty West. Now, I don't know much about X. So a group of actors sets out to make an adult film in rural Texas under the noses of their reclusive hosts, an elderly couple with a farm and a boarding house for rent. But when the couple catches their young guests in the act, the cast find themselves in a desperate fight for their lives in this tantalizing slasher from director Ty West. So, have you seen that?
I have not as of yet. I know that that's part of the trilogy of Pearl, and there's one other out there, but it's an A24 series with like using like one main actress.
Yeah, it got a lot of fanfare for a while. So I wanted to show this because I've actually upgraded it already. Because I had that one for about a year and a half. Now, this I just got as my last big purchase of the year, and that is the A24. It's 24, right? A24 release of the trilogy, the X trilogy, which is X, Pearl, and Maxine. 3 X's.
That's the special limited edition version that they do for most of their releases.
They do some interesting releases, but I'm going to do something nice. I'm going to break the plastic, which is taboo. We're not supposed to ever watch what we have. We're only supposed to collect it, you know. We're supposed to always just collect and not ever, you know, open anything.
That's what they say anyways, but I break that rule all the time.
So this here is how it looks. So it does have a little plastic cover over it. I hate these because they degrade so badly. And you can see a nice little it's actually pretty good paper quality for that. Pretty thick cardboard stock to get this opened. So what we got here is this.
Those are in 4K.
Yes, they are 4K, I believe. This is the art book, which is pretty cool. It's got storyboards. It's actually kind of cool, cool binding here because you got just a basic binding on the back. Kind of gives it a very rustic feel to it. Now here's the main event.
I believe it started with X, then it went to Pearl, and then it went to Maxine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, X is the first film. Okay, it's Blu-ray. It's a Blu-ray set. It looks like. I thought it was 4K, but and then we got Pearl, and then we got Maxine. Now Pearl is a prequel. I think Maxine is the actual sequel. It's got the special features, a pretty thick card stock that they have on here. In truth, I'm not as big into 4K as a lot of my contemporaries. I know that's kind of also blasphemy.
Oh, at least in this day and age.
I'm not one of those people who who says, oh, you can't tell the difference between 4K. I used to be that person that actually saw a 4K done right. And I will tell you, 4K done right, you can tell the difference. Trust me. And it is. Don't dissolve already. So yeah, this is my. So it's a really cool trilogy. Unfortunately, it invalidates already one of my old purchases, but I didn't have the other two. So in a way, that's kind of cool. And I really wanted it. I don't know why I really wanted it, but I did. And we got Jake here. I'll tell you what. Actually, did you know that they are doing another repackaging of Elfen Lied on Blu-ray for Sentai?
No, but I did see they've got another Kino's Journey coming up.
Huh?
It looks like once again they're probably skipping the missing pieces.
Yeah, they seem to like to just repackage.
Yeah.
It's like, here, let's slap some new art on it. We can up the price again.
Yeah, that's annoying as shit.
But my goal today is to get through X, Y, and Z in my pickup, and then that way I can start packaging all my X's, Y's, and Z's into a box for my reshuffle. But Dave and I have already shown one or two. Did you want to show one?
Are we already on?
Yep, we're on.
Okay, I wasn't paying enough attention.
I can give you the spotlight. There you go.
Yeah. I got a couple. And this was one that I picked up just in the last couple of weeks. And one of those ones is kind of marked down for the Christmas-ish season, which is appropriate because it's a Christmas movie. And I swore up and down I had it. And I had to hunt for it because my boxes were slightly out of order. Very annoying. But I upgraded from DVD to Blu-ray the Terry Swigoff film Bad Santa.
Very nice.
Got Billy Bob Thornton, Tony Cox, got Lauren Graham there, Lauren Tom, John Ritter, and Bernie Mac. I think it was two of their last roles, actually. I think both of them passed within a year of this movie coming out.
Yeah.
So it was kind of a tragic postscript. Actually based on a treatment by the Coen brothers, but they ended up passing on actually directing the film. And it kind of has a Coen-ish feel, but with that trademark nasty snark that Terry Swigoff enjoys so much. Good movie. I had the quote-unquote badder Santa released on DVD. Apparently, this packages it with the theatrical. Still has some good bonus features. So it was a pretty good pickup, and I'm glad I finally got the upgrade.
Yeah, I haven't really decided whether I'll upgrade my copy yet. I've got that one and the second one. I just haven't bothered with that. All right, Dave. Yeah, up.
Alrighty. At the same time that I picked up that Universal Blu-ray set of the monster movies, I decided to go ahead and bone for this bad boy. This is the Hammer Films 20 film set. Now, most of these were on DVD, and I had in like maybe sets of like 5 movies a piece or something like that, or 8 films here, 8 films there. Well, I had picked up like 3 8-film sets of Hammer films, and there's like maybe like 1 or 2 on here that I may not have had in those sets. So I suppose I could have not gotten this, but if I really had wanted to, but you know, I decided to break down.
You're definitely
I decided to
break
down and decided to break down and get it. It's got The Revenge of Frankenstein, Curse of the Mummy's Tomb, These Are the Damned, The Two Faces of Dr. Jekyll, The Old Dark House, which there are several versions of The Old Dark House out there. The Gorgon, Cash on Demand, The Snorkel, Maniac, Die, Die, My Darling, Stop Me Before I Kill, Never Take Candy from...
Was that one title, The Snorkel Maniac, or was that The Snorkel and Maniac?
The Snorkel and then Maniac.
I like The Snorkel Maniac. We need to have that needs to be a film, The Snorkel Maniac.
Yes, we do. Never Take Candy from a Stranger, Scream of Fear, The Stranglers of Bombay, The Terror of the Tongs, The Pirates of Blood River, The Sword of Sherwood Forest, The Camp on Blood Island, Yesterday's Enemy, and creatures the world forgot. So
Am I remembering correctly? Did we do Maniac on the channel? That sounds familiar.
well, that's not that Maniac.
We did a version of Maniac.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
But no, I don't think did we do Maniac?
We did Maniac. At least I think, because I'm pretty sure that I've got it that we did. I actually get.
We did a Maniac.
We did a Maniac.
Yeah.
I think it's the one that had that song that you liked, Maniac. Yeah, that sort of thing. Yeah, we did Maniac. And Maniac Cop. Well, of course, Jake, you missed my upgrade of these two films.
Oh, what's that? Oh.
Airplane 2. 4K.
I've been debating that. I already have them on a 2-movie collection on DVD. So if I upgrade, I need to get a 2-movie set because otherwise it's not a space saver.
Well, for mine, it's a little bit of a space saver because I have both on like individual DVDs.
Right.
So yeah, and plus 4K is a skip and a jump up from DVD.
I would wonder how those would actually look on 4K, but if they really went in and did the transfer well.
Since Airplane 2, the property is with Kino, and Airplane, the first one, is with another property. It might be a long time until there is a 2-movie set.
Yeah.
I'd love to see a nice little set for that.
I could see Shout doing that.
Well, my next one is also an X. Oh, yeah, and I think I showed you this one before, didn't I, Jake? My trilogy set for A24 for X, Pearl, and Maxine.
Yeah, I believe so.
Well, I guess this is still an X. Matter of fact, it's only... Man, hard to believe I only had 2 X's in my pickups. You'd think I'd have a lot more, you know? But speaking of 2 X's, well, here you go. XX. Now this is an anthology film. I think I got this originally because there was somebody that I knew.
Okay,
that was involved.
One thing you got to know about that one is that all the segments in that were directed by female directors. So that is why that film had hype.
I knew somebody was involved in one of these that I know, but I don't know who because it's been so long. And that was the only reason I got it, was because sometimes I would do it as like a friend of ours, somebody who was doing acting, had a role in something. I was like, oh, I got to support him, and I get it. And that's something here. I just don't know who. So I'm sure I'll be surprised. But this is, so, and I kind of like that, having you can group that all together for a lot of these things. And female directors are sadly a minority in a lot of these creative spaces. So it's kind of cool to see it. That's one reason why you don't see it's like all male. Well, you got plenty of all male director anthologies because usually they are.
Right.
But it is kind of cool. I didn't know that, but it's kind of cool to have that. So I am interested in seeing it. I like anthology films because the great thing about anthology films is usually there is something that you like on it. Matter of fact, we did have like a sale of Tales of Forgotten 2. I sent Dave money from that. So that's there. They bought like the first one on Blu-ray and the second one on DVD. I'm not quite sure why the first on Blu-ray and the second on DVD when all of them are on DVD and Blu-ray. But hey, I'm just glad that there's some sales. Buy our stuff. All right.
Definitely. Bye.
Is it, yes.
Is it you?
Or, no, you showed something. So you.
Yes.
Me?
You.
Yep.
Okay. I lost my screen there for a minute. Where the hell's my screen?
You lost your marbles.
I don't know what the hell's going on there. Let me see something. There we go. I lost visual. So I am continuing my drive to try to save space by converting DVD to Blu-ray, but also some things are worthy of an upgrade. Some things are a little more debatable. But I went to Second and Charles a couple weeks ago and found a couple items on the shelf that I had on DVD and decided to go ahead and upgrade. This one, honestly, it's not the prettiest copy in the world, but one could do worse. But it was a Mark Forster film that got a lot of buzz when it came out. I saw it in theaters, and I actually really liked it. And that was his sort of biopic of J.M. Barrie, Finding Neverland, which features Johnny Depp and Kate Winslet. What's that?
That's a depressing one.
It is a little bit. You've also got Julie Christie, Dustin Hoffman, Rhoda Mitchell, some other folks involved. And again, it's essentially the story of the friendship between Barrie and the woman whose family basically inspired Peter Pan, at least according to this telling of the story. And it's a very interesting. Obviously, it's a fictionalized version of history, but I always like these ones that kind of go in and give you a little bit of backstory behind the story, you know? And it was well done. Mark Forster is a very good director. You got a great cast. Even if not everyone loves Johnny Depp or Dustin Hoffman for that matter, they can act. So it's a solid film. What's up?
They can indeed. Very good.
Yep.
All right, Dave. Tossing you up.
All right. I'm going to do two complete series that kind of go with each other because they're okay. So I have showed in a video before. I'm not sure if I've showed it in one of your videos, but I have showed that I have picked up the classic Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, you showed it. Yeah.
So, but I don't think I went on about having picked up two more complete Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles series. Because the first one came from the 1980s.
Yeah.
This one right here came from 2003, and there's a TV movie connected with that, apparently. Which this one I'm looking forward to. The second one that I picked up, which is technically the third series of the whole darn thing. This one has 124 episodes. It went on from 2012 to 2017 on Nickelodeon, and they look this animation looks funky as all hell.
Oh,
so this is the one that I'm not really looking forward to.
All right, so we lost momentarily, but yeah. Well, I mean, I oddly enough have zero interest in those, but one of them at least is probably, you might have been on when you were watching those things. I don't know. You would have been what? How old would he be? He's gone now. Dave is gone. There's a blank space where he used to be.
All right. Sorry about that.
Okay, yeah, but you know, I mean, how old were you when that the second series was on? Were you like
the second series? I was at least in my my late teens to early 20s.
So you could have, in theory, wanted to watch that one. I doubt you probably were watching them when the third series was on the air, but
no, I had no interest in the third one at all. I just picked it up just to complete the whole ensemble. Plus, I still have to pick up the Arrow set that just not too long ago recently.
Oh yeah, for the movies, yeah.
Yeah,
I'm happy with the little Blu-ray I have because it's really thin. It has all three it has all three movies plus that other animated one on it. I'm good. My next one is a multiple thing because I started collecting these and I never actually did it. This isn't a why, no. So it is Yashahime. I think they only released 2 seasons of this. Princess of the Half Moon. This is the continuation of Inuyasha.
Mm-hmm.
They have the children of Inuyasha, his brother, and Sango, I believe. So you have a lot of those, and they're going on adventures and so on. That's season 1, part 1. Season 1, part 2. I have not seen but a few episodes of this. I don't know why. I just didn't catch my interest, but I still have it. So like Rene. I watched the first few things of Rene, and I read the first like volume of Rene, and then just kind of never followed up. Then it's season 2, part 1. And season 2, part 2. And I believe that's all that was released. I don't remember they even did whole season sets of that one. Shame, but still. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. Let me see. You know, it's easy to Yashahime Blu-ray. All right, let's see. It looks like they did do some full season sets of season 1 and 2. And then that was it. So, yep, 2 seasons. Woohoo! And that is all I gotta say about that.
I have to see that show one of these days.
Yep,
So, the other one I grabbed while I was at Second and Charles was a movie that also was one I saw in theaters. I think it came out a few months after Finding Neverland, around the same time. And it was one that I thought was sorely underrated, as many Terry Gilliam films are. It is a flawed movie. In particular, Jonathan Pryce and Peter Stormare give probably the worst performances of their careers. But you've got solid performances from Matt Damon, Heath Ledger, Lana Headey, and Monica Bellucci. And that is another take on classic literature, but heavily fictionalized, The Brothers Grimm. Which, if I remember, it's been a while, but if I remember correctly, in this movie, the Brothers Grimm, played by Damon and Ledger, are recast as a couple of hucksters who go around solving supernatural problems only to find themselves in the middle of one. And like I said, it's not a perfect movie, but it's Terry Gilliam, and Gilliam is always fun to watch, no matter, how odd the movie may be. And I genuinely think this is an underrated film, and it was time for an upgrade.
Let's see. Well, Dave, or up.
Okay, so this is
I like Brothers Grimm. That's one of the weakest of, I think, Gilliam's films. But yeah.
Okay. So this is a release that just showed up today for me, and I'd been remiss on picking it up when it first came out to get its limited edition slipcover for it, but that's okay. I'm okay without it. I'm not one of those who gets funky about having to have the slip covers. But this is a German animation film called Felidae, and it's basically about it kind of is like a whodunit mystery, except it's it's with cats. And it's got an infamous German cast, as well as a infamous English dub. And I know that you can actually find it on YouTube, and I do believe that you can find it on Tubi and Fossum right now too. But it's really gory for its time. I mean, it was a '90s film, and it was banned in several countries. So, but it basically follows kind of like a tramp-like cat who ends up looking into the mysterious decapitations and murders of some cats that are in his general vicinity, and he finds out there were some experiments that were gone wrong, and it's kind of like that one of those animations that were like similar to like Secret of the Nim ish types. So glad that I finally picked it up because it was good.
It's on my list. I need it, but I just haven't really been willing to pay the money that they want for it right now.
So, in a with a feline version of the answer to any whodunit, as we know, is the butler did it. So, is the feline version the dog did it?
No, it is not. It just so happens to be like, I believe it is a cat that believes that it is the guardian of cat of the dead or some shit like that. It goes really weird. So
to me, I look at these movies as an unofficial trilogy, which I've got 2 parts of, which involves Watership Down and Plague Dogs. I feel like those 2 plus that one make an unholy trilogy of sorts. Because there's a lot of similarities in theming between all 3 of them. I've got 2 out of the 3. That one's the last one of that I need to collect, but it's just there. Though not related, they feel like they're the same. All right, I guess my turn here. So, I've been trying to collect most of the Cheech and Chong movies, at least the ones that they did together. For Christmas, I actually got the last Cheech and Chong's last movie, which is a documentary about them. And I think I've got most of them. They're kind of hard to get because a couple of them are only on like sets that have, you know what I mean? Like those little like 3 movie sets and things like that. This is one that is on Blu-ray though, and that is Yellowbeard. This one's an interesting one because this is one of the first times where Cheech and Chong do not play Cheech and Chong. It's about this pirate that just got out of jail for tax evasion. And it goes on adventures with his crew. Now, this pirate is actually played by Graham Chapman of Monty Python fame. And is a nice little comedy here. Now, this has quite a nice little pedigree of actors in it, which makes me really want to watch this film. So in this, we have John Cleese, Eric Idle, Peter Boyle, Marty Feldman, Madeline Kahn, Kenneth Mars, Martin Hewitt, Cheech Marin, Tommy Chong, Peter Cook, Spike Milligan, Freddie Main, and James Mason.
That's an impressive cast.
It is an impressive cast. So, that alone is worth, in my opinion, getting that. It looks like a lot of fun, and I really do want to get in on that.
Good times.
Boom.
All right. I only have one more for tonight, but it's kind of a big one.
All right.
I really wish I could say this was a complete series, but it's not even close. It's one that I had been collecting piecemeal on DVD and never got very far into it because there were so many pieces and it's prohibitively expensive. And now they're putting it out on Blu-ray and it's still prohibitively expensive. But I can, with these 6 volumes, I think I converted about 9 or so of the ones I already had. And I'm well on my way toward getting a good chunk of the show. And that is sets 1 through 6 of Naruto Shippuden.
Hey.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And that takes up a lot less freaking space. I had the first 4 volumes were in these big ass boxy sets. Like this is like 2 of those and one of the slim packs that came later, plus shorter. So this saves a lot of space. It's obviously a show I want to see one day. Brandon, do you know offhand how many volumes there are on the Blu-ray? I think they've released all of it.
I think they've released it all. I just don't know how many volumes.
I think it's at least 15.
It's a lot less than they had of the DVDs.
It is. But this only goes up through episodes 165. Only 165 episodes. This is a long ass show, and it's one I want to see. But I've read the entire manga. I've seen the entire first series and a few of the movies. But there's just so much here. I have yet to even watch an episode of this one. Really? So one day.
She brought me her toy.
But I have started converting it to a much more condensed version.
Yeah, I know that they sell complete sets of the original Naruto and Dragon Ball Z on Crunchyroll, which is the whole thing on Blu-ray. And I've debated those, but they're around $200 and some. And for the original Naruto series, around $200 for all of it is not bad.
I've already converted Naruto, and it didn't cost me that much. It was but that saved a lot of space. Just that.
Yeah, I imagine. Yeah, those sets were really big.
I think if I remember correctly, Dave, I think was the one that picked up my original copies.
Yep, I did, and I know that there are some sets that are a little bit after what you had, but for the most part, I have most of it. So,
well, no, you should have the entirety of the first series because that's what I did have. But
yeah, what's after that is what he's showing there on the shipping and stuff.
Yeah.
So see, Dave, you could probably get whatever Jake has of Shippuden on DVD.
It's like the original. So Naruto was one that the manga was, I think, 72 volumes in the American release, and I believe maybe 25, 27 of those were the first series. It was all one series in the manga, but there was like a major time jump, and that's where the anime split. But yeah.
All right, let's see here.
Anyway.
I'm gonna do this before I. All right, Dave, go ahead.
All right. So these two I'm gonna do together, because they are like birds of a feather. So I had been collecting the American Horror Story series, and the only one that I didn't have yet of the original series was the last one that they did, which was season 12. So I went and picked that one up. That one's the one that has, I think, what was it called? This one was just called American Horror Story. They just call it the 12th season.
Yeah, odd.
I didn't realize there were 12 seasons.
Well, they stopped making physical releases after a while.
Right. I just stopped paying attention.
But I know one of the Cardassians was in this one. So, and then supposedly next year, they're supposed to come back with one more season with bringing back all the original cast to do one final. But They did a spin-off on Hulu.
Yeah.
And they actually have the seasons 1 through 3 out on a set. So
What is it? I can't even
it's
see
called
it.
it's called American Horror Stories.
Oh, cool.
There were 3 seasons that they did already, and there was a 4th one that was greenlit for this Halloween for this series. So
Yep.
it see, the difference is that they do each season as a different story, whereas this one is done anthology like.
Mm-hmm.
What's odd is that for a while they stopped releasing them on physical after like the original, because the original run was supposed to end after a certain point. Let me see, American Horror Story. Let's see here. After Apocalypse, it was supposed to originally end. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That was the end. And everything after that, I didn't even know that they were releasing them, and I still don't see anything past Apocalypse. So I wonder if those are like bootlegs that they did.
Could be.
They do sell them in complete series sets, seasons 1 through 12 on eBay.
Oh,
So
well then, yeah,
they are
eBay
printed.
could easily- that could definitely be bootleg.
Yeah, I'd be willing to bet it's a bootleg,
Yeah.
which is fine. I mean, I'm not against the bootlegs.
UPCs, the UPC code, when I put it into the CLZ, it recognized it.
Well, all I've got, I mean, shoot, one of the bootlegs for teasing Master Takagi-san was recognized by CLZ. I know that one's a bootleg. But again, that's all right. It doesn't really,
No, it does not. I'm
not,
fine with what
it's,
In fact, it does look like somebody actually did print it out for themselves and whatnot. But I'm cool with it. I'm cool with it the way it is. Somebody put money into putting it out. So.
Oh yeah, I mean, like I say, they stopped at Apocalypse officially releasing them, and then I guess, well, those of us who like to collect physical media wanted the rest of them, so they decided, you know what, we are going to deal with that.
It just became something that I started to collect. So.
Yeah, I might have to get some of those bootleg ones to finish it off. I've debated about it because there is such a through line between them, because they're almost different series in a way, because they decided they had like a big parting in the cast and so on, and the creative teams, because they originally wanted it to stop after Apocalypse. So I could put it as this is the through line they originally wanted. But
these days I'll have to get more into that. I saw most of Freak Show and I enjoyed it, but
I finally finished Freak Show. It took me a while, but I finally finished watching that one.
Yeah, because for some reason we stopped watching it like right before the end.
So this one I think came from a set that you sent me, Dave, but I could be wrong. And that is a movie called You Might Be the Killer.
Yep.
Which has Allison Hannigan and Fran Kranz. And this is about this guy who is a masked killer killing people in a camp. And it's kind of a whodunit story, because you're trying to figure out who is the killer. And it's actually pretty cool. I liked how this was done. It was very entertaining. I found the acting fun. It was just, in general, a fun slasher film. I really liked this one. Not all of them made the cut of me liking it in that stuff that you sent, but this one definitely did. I liked this. So definitely continuing in the collection, and definitely worthwhile. All right, and you're done, Jake. So back to you, Dave.
Yeah.
All right. Just recently I had put some stuff on hold at Half Price Books, because I didn't have the money for it right then until I till this weekend. So I went back and picked the stuff up. I had this on hold. This is a 5-film set of some noir films. I guess this is called the Bill Elliott Detective Mysteries. So I imagine these are all like hour 13, maybe hour 35-minute types. I believe it says dial red O.
Mm.
Sudden danger, calling homicide, chain of evidence, and footsteps in the night. So
Very cool.
Good deal.
That's from the Warner Archive collection. Glad I found a copy of this before Warner Brothers fully went over to one fucked up company.
Because I don't know if I don't think Netflix will continue the Warner Archive. So, but speaking of boutique stuff, a Vinegar Syndrome release, You Can't Kill Meme, which is a look into meme culture and society. I kind of like this like slipcover. They're very creative with their slipcovers at Vinegar Syndrome.
Right.
And this is the actual cover. It's kind of cool. We got Pepe over there on the beach. And in general, I'm curious about it. It's one of those that was a curiosity. I had too much money in my pocket, apparently, and I decided I was going to burn it all. So I was like, "Ooh, this looks cool. I'll put this on the cart," which was what I was doing back then. This is probably a few years ago when I did this, so it would make sense. I am curious about it, but not sure what it's about. I don't know if either of y'all seen it, but I don't think so. All right.
So next, I have a series that I have had my eye on picking up, because I do have the Mary Tyler Moore Show. Is Where She Got Her Start, which is on the Dick Van Dyke Show.
Ah.
Dun, 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 dun.
So Tammy and I have been watching the show off and on. We've been switching this one out for another one that I'll probably show on my next turn. But so I've watched at least the first 2 seasons so far. But I decided I wanted to pick this up, and it's a 5-season set, and I do believe that it's all remastered. So.
Yeah. Actually, I think I have a copy of the Blu-ray set myself, and me and Kim watched it together. I was surprised, but Kim really was into it when we were doing it. And Dick Van Dyke turned 100 this year, so it's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Another show that was kind of cool, and I only remember a couple of scant things about, like there's one of like a stained glass window monster or something like that attacks the guy, and this is a series called Young Sherlock Holmes. Now, this was a Blu-ray edition that got like a steelbook, and it's pretty cool. Paramount released this. It's kind of sad that they're owned by such assholes these days. I mean, there were different assholes back then, but I don't like the assholes that are running it now. And because they were big into physical media. I don't know how the new people are going to go. I guess it depends on what their leader tells them. But I've always liked this series when it was on originally, and I thought it was cool. Have either of y'all watched Young Sherlock Holmes or any of the episodes?
I do not believe so.
I might have watched 1 or 2 episodes because I'm a huge Sherlock Holmes fan.
That's all of my Y. So I'm going to be doing my Z's next.
Okay.
All right.
So the other series is one that I know that you also have, Brandon. You picked it up for yourself.
Yep.
Except I probably may have paid like 15 more bucks for this sucker. But this is Everybody Loves Raymond, the complete series.
Ah, I
So
need that because it would save a lot of space. Shit.
so Tammy and I have been watching this. Where I believe we have hit the 5th season.
Huh?
So
I really like one of the writers, Phil. What's his name? I really like, and I've never seen an episode of the series. Still not.
Never
Bill
seen it
Rosenthal.
I do like Phil because I like his other series.
yet. Yeah.
He seems like a fun guy overall. So I need to watch it. Oh, back into the Z stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So this one I know I got at Dollar Tree when they were doing their dollar one. This is a Shudder original called Z Wants to Play.
Ooh.
Looks like a nice little quaint horror film. I don't know much about it. It's an imaginary friend called Z. So I guess that's about all you need to know. And that's all I'm going to say about that. Because I don't know anything about it. I got it for $1 at Dollar Tree.
Okay. While I was working years ago at Salvation Army, I ended up picking up the first 4 seasons of The Sopranos. And I always meant to pick up the latter half of the series, but I could never find them. Boom, 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 like that. And then suddenly they came out with the complete, and I was like, well, I don't want the complete. I already have the first 4 seasons. When I want to see it, when I want to pick it up, I want to be able to pick up the rest of it all at once. Well, when I went to Half Price Books and was just looking, they had it all right there. So so I put it on hold, and then picked it up with that Bill Elliott set, and that was my pickup for this last weekend. So I've got seasons 5. And then I don't know why they did this, but season 6 was split into 2 different parts.
Money. That's what they do.
Yeah. I think that was stupid, but whatever. I finally have this series in its complicity. Now I can actually feel like I can sit down and watch them.
The only thing is, those boxes you just put down, I think my complete collection is about that wide.
Yeah.
Half the height. it's a good space saver. But I need to watch that freaking show.
I need to watch it myself.
I get it, but I already had the first 4 seasons, and I was like, I feel like I put money into it already, you know?
Yeah. So. Yeah.
But all right, back over to you.
So half of this I got from my father, and then the other half, which I watched because it was loose in the case when I got it, and then the other half I went ahead and I found, which I got at a good price, even though it's gone up because of the stuff, and that's the Zatoichi series. That's volume 1. They never released the entire thing here in America, but they released a smattering of episodes, basically. This is the only way you can get the series. And essentially, it's just more Zatoichi, really. It's,
believe it or not, there was a volume 2 that they did release, but it was so limited.
There we go. That's what I'm saying. I'm getting a good price, but it was hard to get, which is Zatoichi volume 2 of that. Again, it's not the whole series, but hey, I mean, it's what you can get here. This one has a lot more episodes on it, though.
And the series was definitely different than the movies that you see in the Criterion set that's out there.
Well, I always consider the movies just longer form episodes of this, because they are all just separate adventures of Zatoichi. I guess you could draw parallels to Kung Fu, but still. 13 episodes on this one, which is a little bit longer. I haven't watched those. I've only watched volume 1, but you know.
I'm sure a lot of the people who watched the Zatoichi films at the time were so drunk on sake that they didn't really know the difference. They were so praying mantis. They're like, oh, konnichiwa, Zatoichi. Yeah, let's watch this.
Well,
Okay.
as Jake would know, my father was obsessed with Zatoichi for a while. So
Yeah.
there
All right.
you go.
So I have always had a crush on Barbara Eden. So much so that I decided to pick up the complete series of I Dream of Jeannie. And now I can dream of her forever and a day. So I've got the complete I Dream of Jeannie. Yes, master.
I watched that a lot as a kid, or as a teenager, I should say.
I do want to get Bewitched eventually, because that was always like the one to watch at the same time, you know.
Yeah, they
But
came on back to back and Nick at Night for a while.
all right,
Nickelodeon
back
did an
over to you.
entire song about like how her belly button was never shown because of the censors. This one I got as a cheap add-on to probably a not Right Stuff but Crunchyroll sale, and that is Z-Ram 30th Anniversary Edition. Wait, no, I got this because I thought it was Zebra Man, and ended up getting it because I didn't read it quick enough. And this is where this person gets about
Zebra man, zebra man.
she's like zapped into a weird like video game style world and weird virtual reality stuff. I don't know much about it, but I will see it eventually. There you go, Dave.
I've got Zero Man too. Let me be right back. I've got this bag that I gotta grab from over here.
You know, it's weird is I don't remember what my next one is about. It doesn't have a summary on the back, so I have to look it up.
Okay. So I know I picked this up a while ago, but I've never gone on about it. But I like radio and read along stuff too. So this is a reading of The Legend of Sleepy Hollow.
Okay.
So still it's like an hour long thing. I do plan on pulling it out for the holiday, but that's one of the things I picked up radio wise.
Well, mine is an interesting documentary. It's called Zeitgeist the Movie, looking at various religious and cultural norms over society. I have not watched it in a while, so my memory of it is vague, but I remember liking it somewhat. Kind of interesting metaphysical. See, look at the great description on the back.
Nice.
So yeah, but still, it was decent enough as a film. All right. Dave?
All right. So I'm going to show you the reasons why, some of the reasons why I had to put the stuff on hold, because I ended up finding some Radio Treasure volumes. Now, I believe it was NBC that did a lot of radio back in the day, and they put out these like volume sets with like 20 CDs a piece in them. And okay, so the earliest volume that I found was volume 12, but then you got volume 43. I've got volume 37, 33, 23,
My goodness.
52. 60 and 62 of its radio archives treasure thing. And they were all like $2-3 a pop. So I ended up getting just some light listening to in the car.
Yeah.
So I figure I'll take each of those, and then I also they also had some other radio archive stuff. I like this Gordon McRae Volume 4.
My goodness.
Some of the original Gunsmoke radio recordings. I guess this is volume 17.
My goodness.
Volume 4 of I'm the Comic Weekly Man.
Ooh.
I guess this is the complete. These are 3 complete radio shows that I found. The Adventures of Archie Andrews. Never heard of that one. This one is a Wild West detective starring James Clay. That should be interesting. And then this is Luke Slaughter of Tombstone. So those are all radio programs with actors and actresses and stuff. I thought that was pretty cool. There was one point in time where I picked up some of the Lone Ranger stuff from the radio archive stuff. That I got to figure out where I stuck that stuff, but I've got 2 of those volumes too, so I'll have to figure out where I stuck that and put them with. But it's some fun stuff. I used to have an imagination and listen to radio a lot, so maybe I'm a bit old school.
Makes you wonder how many of those there are out there.
A lot.
Well, I was looking on eBay and stuff, but it's rare to find some of these.
Well, yeah.
But there are. I'm assuming that there are at least 62 volumes of this radio archive treasure thing out there.
Mm-hmm.
So I really didn't care that I don't have the numbers in between, because to even have some of it is like nostalgia.
Yeah, the only radio I have is some Firesign Theater stuff. But I can't put CDs in my car anyway, so hey.
I think I have a couple of Prairie Home Companion volumes, but that's probably about it.
So this one tells me how long it's been since I've actually presented any of these pickups, because it's been a hot minute since we were hanging with Mo. Mo kind of retreated into himself about 2 years ago now for that. And that's really why I stopped collecting a lot of Chris Seaver stuff. But this is a documentary on Chris Seaver called Zero Budget Heroes.
Okay, who did you pick that up from?
I think probably from Chris.
From Chris himself?
Yeah, probably from Chris himself. I usually got almost everything I had from Chris himself.
Okay.
Hello. Was it Gunno K4T? But yeah. So, I mean, and this one is actually so Chris Seaver does a lot of these releases. They do he does a one release that's actually a basic release, and the second, and all the rest of them are kind of just printed discs. But this is one of those. It's actually one of the professional release ones. And I do have a note from the director in here, which is nice, and that's Zach Olivares. So kind of cool like that. Chris Seaver is an interesting low budget director. I do like some of his stuff. I just haven't gotten into it like Mo got into it really big in there. And I feel bad because I'm sure that I doubt Mo's talking to him either. So well, But what can I say? I only got 3 more left. So, Dave, you got more for us?
The only stuff that I wasn't sure whether I showed last time was I got the complete Jetson set
Oh, you
Huh?
showed that. Yeah.
and the Flintstones.
Yep.
I'm not sure if I showed those, but yeah, that should
Yeah,
be
you showed
everything for
those.
me.
Is that Olivia?
Yes, Olivia.
Hey, Olivia.
You want me to play with her toy? So I'll be real quick here then. I've got here Zombie Ass Toilet of the Dead.
I've been wanting to get that.
It just looks so funny. We are going to flush you. Let's see. Dealing with guilt over the suicide of her sister, karate student Megumi accompanies a group of older friends on a trip into the woods. Things start to go badly when Maki finds a parasitical worm inside a fish, and it wolfs it down alive in hopes that it'll keep her skinny. Oh, okay.
Okay.
Attacked by a crowd of undead who emerge from an outhouse toilet, the group seek refuge at the home of Dr. Takana and his daughter Sachi. Unbeknownst to them, Takana has been conducting experiments on the parasites and zombies.
Huh.
Interesting. This next one was definitely a Dollar Tree one, called Zombie Babies.
Sure.
I
When-
just so happen to have be friends with the director.
So here, when a local entrepreneur advertises a new painless late-term abortion method, a group of couples flock to his hotel to take advantage. During their weekend retreat, a freak accident reanimates the fetuses, filling them with a desire for vengeance and a taste for human flesh. You know what's interesting is that there is a Japanese series of 2 films called The Locker that's got a similar premise, but probably not. But this is probably a little bit lighter or funnier than that.
Yeah.
Now, I do have a zombie one that I think that you would be more interested in, Jake.
Uh-huh.
And that is season 2 of Zombieland Saga.
I still need to see that.
Our
I've heard good
favorite zombie idol group is
Mhm.
back. No, I haven't seen the first season, but the whole premise was enough to get me into it. And I presented that one a while back, so, you know, that one's there. Well,
Okay,
that's
so
it.
the director of that Zombie Babies is Eamon Hardiman, who, if you know anything, he actually did have couple of his movies on those 50 packs from Mill Creek. Vampire Horse from Outer Space and Catholic Ghoul Girls were on the but then he became known for the Pork Chop trilogy.
Oh, that had Cool Duder in it, I believe. One of them did.
Yep. Pork Chop 2, Rise of the Rind, and Pork Chop 3D. And then there was a spin-off in there called Pig Girl, which I know that I had picked up at one point in time. And then his last movie was Steve Death Collector, which I have, but I have not checked out or anything. But yeah, those I just figured you might, and I think Escape from the Dead was also on the 50 packs. But
well, that's it. I've got from X, Y, and Z in my pickups.
All right.
I'll be continuing to go backwards in the alphabet for these. But I think my next, there will be another pickup that I did that finished off all of the conversions, but I haven't really edited that yet because I haven't had time. I'm hoping to create some time for it in the future. But any case, I hope y'all enjoyed this. If you did, like, subscribe, and let us know down below in the comments. Well, I guess we'll know in the comments which channel you're watching it on because it'll show up in those comments.
Yeah.
I've got this on both. sadly, once April comes, the live streams like this will end because, well, we'll be having like limited hours for this because it'll be on the free version. But I'm hoping to have gotten through all the pickups by April. So look forward to a lot of these guerrilla streaming things. Y'all might not have stuff, but I do. But I always appreciate the commentary on the stuff.
Right.
So with that being said, I hope y'all have a good one and watch us tonight on Inside Movies Galore as we discuss the movie Ex Machina.
In an hour and a half. See y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Good night.
Inside Movies Galore just makes you just want more. We've had all in the world of media to explore. Horror, anime, or Curious George. Our love of new things was our reward. It is the best night of our week.
Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn.